today we're going to be talking about some of the interesting things that are happening in today's real estate market here within the GTA and how we actually leverage that information to make sure, whether you're a buyer or seller, how do you actually win in this market. So one of the first things I do in the morning is I come into the kitchen, I make myself a coffee, and I sit down and I actually look at certain stats. And this is so important because it helps me keep pretty much a pulse on what's happening in the market, especially the markets that we're working with our customers. Right now, what you're seeing here on the screen is going to be the Oakville board. The Oakville board now actually shares data with the Toronto board. So this is a really good representation of all the listings within Oakville, whether they're listed on Toronto or whether they're listed on the Oakville board. Now, this is the key number I look for. I basically look at a 7-day rolling period and I see that there's 171 new listings. Now, I want to scrub that data because some of that might be some duplicates. I've already gone through that, so I'll show you guys the time of going through it. But there's about 6 duplicates there. It's going to give me about 165 new listings. Then I look at what's sold conditional in the last 7 days. There's 15. Then I look at the sold pending. Sold pending means deals that were conditional that actually firmed up. But that doesn't necessarily represent that there's 44 sales. These could have been properties that were sold conditional for a week or 2 weeks. So when I actually scrubbed that data, there was only 6 properties that actually sold firm in the last 7 days. So when I look at that now, I get a total of the 15 plus the 6 is a total of 21. And I'm sorry to get into those details, but it's so important. So the true representation of what's sold in the last 7 days is 21 properties, and yet there was about 165 properties that came out. That tells me that in looking at the actual supply versus the demand and things that are selling, it's 12%. So really that to me is a buyer's market. So now, why is it, and this is so important, why is it there's still properties that are selling over market value? Why are they selling within a matter of days when it is a buyer's market? So we're going to talk about strategies on how to make that happen. Although that information sounds pretty discouraging for a seller, let me tell you this. There's still properties today in this exact same market right now that are actually selling for 25% more than their competitor. It just happened around the corner here. The average house in this area here is around 2.1, 2.2, and a similar house, actually even smaller, sold for $2,650,000. What was it about that house? What was it about the sales strategy on that property that got them to sell it at that price point when nothing else was really selling? Then we saw another property sell over $4 million. Nothing's selling at that price, but that house did. And we saw another house sell over $3 million. So what is it about those homes? Now, we're working on 9 builds. So in our next video, we're actually going to take you through some of the sites, show you some of the plans, and talk to you about what we're doing on those builds. And that all relates back to, if you're thinking of selling, what could you do to your current house right now? So whether it's small or whether it's big, right? That's going to turn around and help you in this market to get top dollar and sell quickly. So you don't miss any of our future videos. One of the things we've done is we provided a bunch of links below to our different social media platforms. Be sure to click on them and follow. If you guys want a one-on-one consultation, you can send us a direct message through any one of those platforms. We'd be happy to sit down with you and talk to you about your specific properties and what you're trying to accomplish and how we may be able to help out. So be sure to check us out on our next video. Till next time.